welcome back to my Principles of Marketing class. In this video, we are going to discuss about the consumer behavior, which is a continuation of the consumer behavior chapter. The last class, we discussed about consumer behavior, definition, and then meaning of consumer behavior. Then we also uh, saw the model of the consumer behavior, how marketing strategy and the consumer behavior is important while we plan our marketing strategies. The interrelationship between consumer behavior and marketing strategy. So in this class, we will discuss about the need for studying the consumer behavior. Why as a business, why as a marketer, we need to study consumer behavior. The study of consumer buying behavior is most important for marketers as they can understand the expectations of consumers. In other words, simply put, to understand the expectations of consumers, which is dynamic, so it is very, very important for the marketers to study. It helps to understand what makes a consumer to buy a product. It is important to assess the kind of product liked by the consumer so that they can release it to the market. So why a particular consumer buy our product, and then it is important. I mean, what are the products they like, so that we can release to the market the particular product liked by the customers. So the seven important points we need to discuss in this class, why we need to study consumer behavior. The first one is a consumer differentiation. As we all know that not all the customer or consumer are same. Okay, so consumers are different in terms of the needs and wants. Even the same consumer, their needs and wants may vary from one time to another time. So in marketing, consumer differentiation is a way to distinguish a consumer from several other consumers. Each group of consumers are different and the needs and wants differ from other groups. So even if the individual or a group, the need and want of one group or individual will definitely differ from the other group. When a marketer is knowledgeable about the differentiation of each group of consumers, he can design separate marketing programs. Okay, so not only the marketing programs, even the product features and aspects of the product, I mean the marketers or business can plan according to the requirement of different groups. So consumer differentiation will help to tailor strategies to the needs of varying customer groups and will be able to effectively serve a wider group of people. So what happens, the consumer differentiation will help the marketers to create strategies, okay, for the different consumers and put them in a group so that the business is able to serve that particular group in a very effective manner. So first one is a consumer differentiation. Second one is the retention of consumer. So consumer behavior is not only just important for getting and attracting new customers, but it is also very, very important to retain our existing customers. So when a customer is happy about a particular product, he or she will repeat the purchase. Therefore, marketing the product should be done in such a way that it will convince the customers to buy the product and again. So what happens when we realize that our customers are happy, okay, then they usually give a repeated purchase. Okay, I mean they buy our product again and again. So what happens, so here we can target our marketing programs and promotions to reinforce the purchase, okay, by coming up with the right type of advertisements which you convince them so that they patronize our product and do the repeated purchase. So that it is very important, evident that creating customer and retaining them is very, very important. So for any business, okay, it's not just we attract more customer, the business should do strategies, okay, or tactics, so that the customers are retained and not taken over by our competitors. This can be done only by understanding and paying attention towards the consumer buying behavior. So what happens, to retain the customer, the big part is played by the understanding and studying the consumer behavior. So the next one is a design relevant marketing program. Okay, so when we plan a marketing program, okay, so if you understand our consumer behavior, okay, it is easy to create or tailor made a marketing program for a particular group. So understanding consumer behavior allows to create effective marketing campaigns. Each campaign can speak specifically to separate group of consumers based on their behavior. Okay, so whether it's like a product deals with the health aspect, okay, then we can concentrate on people who are very concerned about the fitness, okay, fitness or health drink, something like that. So what happens, we can focus our campaigns which are really created or tailor made for the people who are like a health conscious people. So example here, one more example, while targeting kids market, marketers may have to look out for venues such as TV ads, school programs and blogs targeting young mothers. You will need to take different messaging approaches for different consumer groups. So here when we are targeting, I mean, for the kids, okay, so what happens? So who will buy them? The kids may be the end user, but the customer is not the kids. Usually the parents, specifically the mothers, they buy the toys and other things required for the kids. So what happened? Then we need to look for our promotions, TV ads and school programs or blogs where the young mothers will be, spending their time. So this way, we can promote our, campaign so that our sales for this kids market will increase. So you need to take a different messaging approaches for different consumer goods. So when we are doing for kids in this case, okay, our campaign should be tailored to the kids, young children. A study of consumer behavior enables the marketers to understand the motives a consumer to make purchases. Furthermore, the same motive can be utilized in advertising media to stir the desire to make a purchase. So what happened when we study consumer behavior, it is easy for the marketer to understand what is the motive behind for a person to buy a particular product. Say a particular gene young customer is purchasing. So what happens? So what is the motive? Okay, so if that particular brand gene fulfill their desire to be like a stylish or fashionable, then this will help in promoting our product. Okay, so when we do promotions like advertisements and all those things, our advertisements will reflect that by wearing our jeans, the youth of this, who are using this product will look more fashionable. More stylish. All kind of images can be created to our promotion. So this, understanding the motive will help us to create a, marketing program specifically for that particular program targeting a particular group. Moreover, marketers should take decisions regarding brand logo, coupons, packaging, and gifts on the basis of consumer behavior. So not only in planning our marketing program, so understanding the motive or the idea behind purchasing our product will also help us to design our logo, brand logo, and come up with the coupons and gifts, okay, on the basis of the requirement. predicting market trend. So what is a trend? That's a new fashion or things which are in. Okay, so marketing trend can be predicted with the help of consumer behavior. So consumer behavior analysis will be the first to indicate a shift in the market trend. Why? Because as a business, we are the first one to analyze what is the trend going on there. If we don't, monitor and identify the trend and change our product according to the changing trend or new trend, what will happen? Our competitors will do. If our competitors change the trend as per the new one, then what happens? They will attract and they will take away market share. So, for example, the recent trend of consumers is towards environmental friendliness and healthy food. So, what happens? This changing market trend was observed by many brands including McDonald's. So based on the consumer behavior, McDonald's brought healthy food options. Now, all the people, especially the youngsters, they are more conscious, getting conscious about the two aspects. One is their fitness and health aspect. Second one is environmental friendly. So the trend is that try to eat food which are very healthy and not junk food. Okay, like empty calories, drinking foods with a lot of empty calories, or consumption of higher percentage of salt, sugar is bad. So thanks to several magazines and online videos and blogs which clear which gives clear idea about the how to stay healthy and how to stay fit. So this has become a trend among youngsters. So what happens? They choose to go for a healthy food options, like going away from junk food and now they are try to go for more healthy food options, like more veggies, more green in the food. So even going away from consuming the I reducing the intake of meat. Okay, because this affects our environmental directly. So what happens? The awareness of health and fitness, and also to protect our environment. Now the trend is going for the customers are going for a vegetarian and foods which are environmental friendly. So here in this example, it means that the McDonald's rightly identify the trend on time and they utilize it to increase their sales. Okay. So as a business, this is one aspect of the trend. There will be other political aspect. The last time there was a trend, they are banned the use of plastic one. So business who are using plastic in their packaging and their delivery of their products. So what happens? They need to, create something which is not plastic and which is environmental friendly. So that is a political trend. So our governmental rules and regulations. So observing the trend and then utilizing the trend for improving the business will help to increase the market share. So this is possible through observing the consumer behavior. Then competition. One of the most important reasons to study consumer behavior is to find out answers to some of the questions. Okay, so competition means who are all our competitors? Competitors are the people who sell product or services, same product or similar products. Okay, so they are considered to be a competitor. So by asking these questions, we will be able and answer, we will be able to do better in our marketing. Is the customer buying from our competitor? So that's the first question. Why is a consumer buying from our competitor? What features attracts a consumer to our competitor products? So what gaps our consumers identifying in our product when compared to our competitors? So these are very important questions. In the first place, why they go to the competitors, and why they are buying from our competitors, and what are the features of the product? Maybe it may be a pricing, or it may be the quality of the product, or packaging of the product, or availability of the product, or the brand name which is attracting, name of the brand which is attracting the product, and what is the gap which gives, I mean, in what ways our product like inferior or not as good as the product. So these questions we ask and answer. So this will help to, I mean, improve our product so that customers are attracted towards our product, so that we can try to take the increase the market share by attracting the consumers who are using our competitors product. So studying consumer behavior facilitates in understanding and facing the competition. So based on the consumers expectations, our brand can offer competitive advantages. So in marketing we have discussed a competitive advantage means the advantages we are having of our product over our competitors. Say for instance, I mean, our one of our product feature is like a in terms of price. Okay, that may be a competitive advantage. If you are able to give a good product, a better product than our competitors with a less price, then the price will become a competitive advantage. Or I mean, availability of the product throughout the year. Okay, some of the competitor product may not be available because not available due to the unavailable of raw materials. They cannot make it available throughout the year, but our product is available everywhere and throughout the year. That may be a competitive advantage. Or any other features like in terms of packing, or in terms of quality of the product, okay, or lifespan of our product. So what happens, business by understanding the consumer can build one after another competitive advantage, so that our product cannot be replicated by the competitors, and we retain our customer. This helps to retain our customer and also increase the market share. So innovate new products. Innovation is I mean, making new products. Okay, inventing new products. So that is possible through R&D and other I mean, understanding the customer needs, changing needs. So companies consistently strive hard to improve the success rate of the new products or new ideas. So when a company is actually coming with new products or new ideas, not all the time it is, what do you say, successful. Okay, according to the research, the failure of a new product or ideas is from like 7%, 7% to even up to 89 to 90% also. So what happens when we do the, I mean, new product, we need, definitely we need to, I mean, have a good understanding of our ever changing dynamic consumer behavior. So one of the most important ways is to conduct sound and thoughtful consumer behavior study. With the help of consumer behavior analysis, Nike realized that most of the target audience is not professional athletes, but many of them were striving to be more like them. So this particular brand, shoe brand, so what they realized that is not all their customers are professionals, but people who want to be like a professional. So what happens, they after realizing this information, they come up with the what is a campaign like that during the 2012 Olympics in London, which introduced a campaign to encourage the so-called athletes or the future athletes, find your greatness. So this message inspired many consumers and enormous appeal for the target consumers. So what happens? This motivational campaign, okay, the aspiring athletes or the future athletes, okay, really motivated, and then the sales of the sports so really increases. So what happens? So understanding the consumer by through the studies or research, consumer behavior research, okay, we can come up with a new product. Also we can plan our marketing campaigns. So new product is developed in respect of needs and wants of the target market. In order to develop the best fit product, a marketer must know adequately about the market. So thus the study of consumer behavior is the best for developing a new product successfully. So when we are in in terms of doing a new product research and development. I'm going to create new products. So before that, yeah, research on a study on consumer behavior is a must. So once this study is conducted and we develop the product, then the marketer or business can increase the success rate. Then the last point is consumer behavior will help marketers or business to stay relevant in the market. When the world is changing as rapidly, the biggest challenge business faces staying relevant to their target market, because the things, everything in the world are changing now. The pace is very fast. So what happens for a business to stay relevant in the market, in sense, I mean supply products and services which are required or needed by the our consumers. And you know that what is the main reason behind the rapid changes? It is ever changing behavior of the customers. Why the needs and the trends are changing? Because the customers, their preferences are changing. Okay, the preferences are changing because the changing of the environment, changing of the technology, changing of the social, economical, political conditions. So when these things changes, the preferences and need and wants of the customer changes. So what happens? Today's consumers may have greater charges. The other one is that because also of extensive, what do you say? Too many competitors. Okay, so what happened? The choice of products or services available to a customer is keep increasing day by day. So what happens when they have many choices? They are spoiled with the choices. So which means that easily switch to a company that offers better product and services. So what happens? We, in order to be, to stay competitive and offer better products, okay, among our competitors, okay, we need to, on the regular basis, monitor the changing preferences and wants of the customers. So we have to study the consumer behavior so that we can, stay relevant in the market and flourish our business successfully. So that's all for today's topic. Okay, in the next class, we will discuss the factors influencing the consumer behavior. Okay, thank you.